Welcome back, witches. Like I mentioned in last week's video, I am just doing quick introductions here. I am doing this on New Year's Eve and getting all my spells ready for the year. And for this one, I am doing a money bowl. And specifically, I am doing the Prosperity Bowl, jumping back into Ella Harrison's Book of Spells. That's what I featured 2 weeks ago. For the Reach Your Goals Not spell. So that was just overarching, reaching goals throughout 2025, making that charm. And then I am specifically for this one, popping over to her Prosperity Bowl. I have featured money bowls on the channel in the past, so I thought this would be a nice one to try, just changing things up a little bit and getting it started for the year. And again, this is something that can be done at any time, even if you didn't start it on January 1st. Can start it at any time. And also Inbulk is coming up, and Inbulk is a great time to start on any goals that you did not start on January 1st. Inbulk is like new year, new beginnings, fresh start. So a great time to do that as well. And I am going to narrow down specifically with my finances, something to work on each month. And I am doing a no spend. I talked about that in my overall goals video at the end of 2024. So if you would like to have a refresher on that, but I am going to be continuing my no spend, especially as it relates to witchcraft items and books, because I have so many things to use up and I have so many things to read. And as I go through my financial challenges each month this year, I am going to normally with these videos have my recap for you to keep me on track, keep me honest, keep me budgeting, filling that out. And I will have that update each month. But since this is in the middle of January, as you are watching this, I do not have my January numbers yet. So those will be in February's video. And I am planning a strict January, no spend, because nothing goes on in January as far as events outside of the house. Maybe those of you who do not live in an area climate like Chicago have actual events going on. My mom's currently down in Florida. I know she does, but in January in Chicago, there's nothing going on. Nobody wants to do anything. The weather is not kind. I enjoy it. I like the cold. But still, there's not street fest. People aren't hosting get-togethers, especially because there's no real holidays in January. So it's kind of a low-key month, and I think that will be ideal for not spending any money. So sometimes I will give myself the small budgets to do something fun, especially if it involves going out with friends. Like I said, going to Street Fest or something. I factor that into my budget and don't consider that like a no spend violation. But in January, I think we're going strict, and there's going to be no extra things that are going to be included in my budget, just like bare minimum, bare necessities. Even groceries, I'm doing a pantry challenge, so no spending in that area. So bare bones minimum in January. So I am going to have a recap of that in February, of course, give you all of my numbers. But for now, I am going to do this Prosperity Bowl so I can not only focus on my finances in terms of not spending in 2025, but also in terms of prosperity and attracting abundance. That's what this bowl in particular is going to be for. So let's hop over to see what that looks like.
Like I mentioned, we are back in Ella Harrison's Book of Spells to keep working through, and this time we are going to be doing the Prosperity Bowl ritual. I love money bowls, prosperity bowls, lots of different ways to do them, but today we are going to follow what Ella has to say. So you are going to need a large bowl. I'm using this pillar candle stand. I always find it's a nice size to do prosperity bowls. You're also going to need coins and paper money. It's up to you how much you want to start with or include in that. I've got 50 cents and I have a $2 bill because that seemed like fun. But this is an area where you can always add to, so you just keep your prosperity bowl going and add more money. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I am going with cinnamon chips, but you can definitely do ground cinnamon as well. You'll also need a aventurine crystal. I've got a green aventurine here, a pyrite, and a citrine. I am going to use my mini besom here as per usual and cleanse off my space and the ingredients. And then the idea is to use this road opener spray. This is an optional step, but it removes obstacles. And I thought that that would be good as like starting the new year of like removing anything that's in my way before I start bringing in prosperity. And then you're going to start layering in your ingredients one by one. So the basil here I'm doing first. I'm using my little teaspoon. So I don't know that it's exactly 1 teaspoon. It's just my little herb spoon that I have, but close enough. And then I'm going to layer in the thyme as well, which is a little more powdery. So I'm doing the best that I can with it here and trying to get it off my spoon. And then I am going to layer in the cinnamon chips as well. Like I said, you can use ground cinnamon. And then I am going to mix all of these together with my finger and state my intention. I've been thinking about my intention while I'm filling the bowl, but now I'm going to specifically focus on it while I stir all of them with my finger. And you'll see here, am going in a clockwise motion as I'm getting all of these together and making it sort of into a spiral pattern. That's just what came to me as I was doing it, that I thought it seemed the best for drawing that energy to me and specifically drawing prosperity to me in the money bowl format. So that is the design that I ended with, but not in Ella's instructions. That's just what felt right in the moment. And then you are going to place your crystals. So again, focusing on your intention, stating your intention with each one, you are going to place them in the shape of a triangle, which is thought to be the shape that captures energies. So again, adding each crystal into this triangle shape. And then I'm going at the center of the triangle, going to place the money. So in order to do that in the bowl size that I have, I decided to fold the $2 bill, and I'm folding it towards me so that the energy is coming towards me and the prosperity is coming to me. So that's why I'm folding it that way, towards myself. And then I'm going to place that in the middle along with the coins and say the incantation, money flows my way. May it come, so mote it be. Those are the specific spell words from my lesson. And then I am going to hold my hands over it just to direct some more of my energy into it. And then this bowl will live on my altar. You can also place it in a room where you can see it easily and frequently be able to add money and other money correspondences to it. And, cleanse it and update it with incense from time to time. And there you have it, my new prosperity bowl.
So there we go. I have my prosperity bowl set up. Thanks, Ella, for the spell. And we are going to check in with that regularly throughout this year and see how it's going, and regularly add to it, cleanse it as needed, and refresh it as needed, probably according to moon phases, because that'll be a good way to mark in my calendar and remember when to do it and when to regularly check in with it, and have that all going to attract prosperity in 2025. So let me know if you will be trying out this one, and I will see you next week.